So this Friday we are getting a Roku original free movie releasing about Weird Al. It's about Weird Al and it stars Daniel Radcliffe as Weird Al. But most people didn't know Weird Al was actually in a movie before that called UHF. This is an insane bonkers movie. I wanted to review it because of the Daniel Radcliffe movie coming out on Friday, which hopefully I can get a review on Friday. If not, it'll be out later this weekend. But I will be reviewing that movie, and so I wanted to release this review to coincide with that. And this movie is awesome. So if you don't know what UHF is, this is a movie, like I said, starring, Weird Al. And it's basically a sketch comedy movie. That's really all this movie is. There's a lot of insane bits and characters and movie references and parodies because it's about Weird Al's character owning a UHF station, uh, and what that looks like. And he owns this like channel station where they just air lots of crazy ads and bits. So it's basically an excuse for Weird Al to do parody things. Like the beginning of this movie is a parody of Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. Uh, he this big old buff guy right here is obviously a parody of Rambo. He parodies Conan the Barbarian with Conan the Librarian. Just insane stuff, and it's a very fun movie. So here's the way I look at it. If you don't like Weird Al's sense of humor, like his songs, or his albums, or you don't like his his uh his show that he used to do back in the day, the Weird Al show. I don't know if anyone remembers that. You're not gonna like this movie. If you don't like Weird Al, you shouldn't watch this movie. But if you do like Weird Al and his sense of humor, you're gonna have an awesome time with this movie because it's insanely funny. It's insanely weird and bizarre. This is what I call this is a perfect example of a cult movie where this movie didn't do well on release. Not a lot of people know about it. Not a lot of people have seen it. But the people who have seen it absolutely adore it. And it's a movie that is just an awesome movie. It's just crazy. It's weird. It's bizarre. It's wacky. There's so much fun sensibility here. It kind of lives in its own world and it breathes. There's just a lot of appreciation to be had about this movie. This is just awesome stuff. If you like Weird Al, if you like his sense of humor, if you like his albums and you've never seen this movie, you absolutely should. However, this movie is kind of dated. UHF stations don't exactly exist anymore. And so the title, if you're a little bit younger, you're probably like, what's a UHF station? You should look that up if you don't know. Um, and, a lot of stuff like that. But I think that's kind of the charm of it now because now it feels more fictionalized than it was even when it came out. And I think it adds to the charm of this movie. And it's not like dated to the point where it's unwatchable. It's referencing a thing that doesn't necessarily exist anymore, but still that kind of adds to the charm. It can make it more enjoyable for you. And yeah, there's just a lot of fun cameos, celebrity guests in this movie. It's just a ride. It's a riot. You should totally watch this movie if you've never seen this movie.